Hey guys. I feel like it's been so long since I've like talked by myself. I know I've slacked quite a bit on doing my YouTube videos, and I think just life has been going on. I've been trying to make extra money and do Postmates since I don't currently have a job. Been trying to just get some extra money, so I've neglected this and I need to get back to it, so here I am. Let me put my lip gloss on. Yeah. Girl. Okay, back in business anyways. Okay, so I wanted to do kind of like a recap of my second trimester. I'm officially in my third trimester, thank the Lord. I can't wait for it to be over with. Everyone's like, you're gonna miss it once it's done. I don't think so. Y'all that miss it, great, that's awesome. Y'all have like 5-6 kids. My son might be the only child, okay? At least he'll have cousins and a dog, and we might get another one. But to be honest with you, I really haven't had a terrible pregnancy. I mean, I've heard horror stories about people just being sick the whole time and whatever. I've actually had a pretty good pregnancy from what I've heard other girls' stories be. I just don't like it. I do not like feeling uncomfortable in my own body. I don't like that I don't have control over my body. And I mean, pregnancy is such a beautiful thing. I do feel blessed that I am able to experience growing a life. Don't get me wrong. And I don't mean to, you know, be insensitive to the women who cannot carry, because I definitely think everyone should be able to experience it. It is an amazing experience that you can grow a life. So I'm not taking that for granted whatsoever, but I definitely am not one who is really excited about pregnancy. I don't think it's this great thing that, like, I don't feel good. You get what I'm saying? So I just don't ever care to be pregnant again. It's like, great, I experienced it, moving on. You know, like, I've had enough. But so I have about like 80 days left, which is crazy. I remember when I first found out I was freaking pregnant, and now it's just like, we have like 2.5 months. It's time to like real shit and get everything done. His nursery is like, I'd say 70% done. There's a few decor things we need to do, and then just really get his main things that we need in there. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited to be a mom. I'm definitely excited for it, but I am so excited to just be able to get my body back. Like, I'm ready. I am so ready to work out. I'm so motivated to just like hustle and just be a badass mom, you know what I mean? Like, y'all wait. This comeback body, vicious. Y'all ain't ready. Anyways, okay. So talking about my second trimester in a recap, some of the symptoms that I had in my second trimester is lower back pain. Lower back pain became the norm. Your back just basically always aches. Well, at least for me. My son sits very low on my stomach. As of late, he's kind of floating up and my stomach's more round, but up until like 2 weeks ago, he was very, very low. So I had pretty bad back pain. I mean, I managed for the most part, but I'm pretty active. Like, I stay on my feet. I still go to the gym when I can, when I'm feeling good. But yeah, back pain was a huge thing for me. My belly button popped. So I did kind of have like an innie outie to begin with. I don't really have like a full innie or a outie. It's like in between. And it popped, and then at one point it just was, my stomach was so round that it like smoothed over, and then it popped again, and now it's kind of at that smoothed over. So I think it just depends on your stomach. But yeah, my hips started hurting. Definitely started feeling a shift with my hips and whatnot. They would just like, I just felt like I needed to stretch like all the time, which stretching definitely helps. But yeah, a lot of tightness in the hips. Started experiencing his movements. I think I started feeling him move around 18 to 20 weeks I felt him move. And then around like 22 to 33 weeks, he started being able to feel him. And then, I mean, now you could just, I'm in my 3rd trimester now, so I'd say for about, since like 24 weeks and on, you can really see his movements through my stomach on the outside. And I would say that's probably the coolest part of pregnancy, is to see like the life you're growing like move around in there. It's like kind of creepy, but it's also really cool, you know what I mean? Like you really have a whole human inside of you. If that ain't no superpower, I don't know what is, girl, because that's some shit. Y'all men can't do that. Okay. Anyways, lots of insomnia in my 2nd trimester. I'd be up till like 2, 3 in the morning and still wake up really early and not be able to nap throughout the day. Everyone's like, just try to nap, try to nap. Couldn't. So yeah. Unisom definitely was my best friend. Sometimes, because I don't know about you guys, but I've experienced some gnarly dreams in my pregnancy, and I've read that that's super common. A lot of people have crazy dreams, but when I wouldn't really sleep, get into a deep sleep, I wouldn't dream. But with the Unisom, knocks you out, like you're out like a light.
Have me out like a light. Hey, yeah.
Literally, I would have some fucked up dreams, and they were never like good. They were never like, I wake up like, damn, I wish that really happened. They were like twisted. And there was one dream where I literally like was choking in my dream, and like I knew I was dreaming and I was trying to wake up and I couldn't wake up, and he heard me like choking and he woke me up. And so I was just scared after that. So then I stopped taking the Unisom and just struggled with trying to sleep. I've taken it since then though, and I haven't experienced that again, thank goodness. But yeah, so just know that if you have crazy dreams, the Unisom is gonna knock you out, which is great, but if your dreams are crazy, be careful. A really weird symptom that I didn't know was like a thing is bleeding gums. Like I would literally just be walking around doing nothing and my gums would bleed. Super fucking weird. Yes, I floss. Yes, I brush my fucking teeth. It's just a symptom. Just like in my 1st trimester, I would get a bloody nose. I guess it's just weird symptoms that you get. And so yeah, and it's not very often. I don't know what brings it on or whatever, but I would just experience that. And I noticed a lot more drier skin in my 2nd trimester. I live in the Pacific Northwest, so we're just now getting into spring. So my whole 2nd trimester was really like in the winter. So it's cold anyways. So I don't really know if it was completely from pregnancy itself or if it was just with the cold weather. Yes, I drink a bunch of water. I drink at least a gallon a day. Sometimes I'm underneath, like if we're out and about and you guys know you're pregnant, and when you're pregnant, you have to pee all the time. So chugging water when you're out and about is just not, it's just not it, you know? Like you're trying to find a bathroom every 5 seconds and you will pee on yourself. That's another thing. I did TMI, but you sneeze and you have no control and you pee. Welcome to motherhood. But so yeah, so then I also asked Instagram if some questions to ask me about my 2nd trimester. And one of the questions were, how has pregnancy affected my boobs? Okay, for those of you who don't know, I do have implants. I got implants probably 2.5 years ago, so almost 3 years, I think. Something like that. So almost 3 years ago, something. They have not really changed as far as their shape goes. They're still perky. They're still pretty shaped. They're just fucking huge. So I got 350 cc's maybe. 350 cc's or 375. I think 350 cc's. I had a double D before. I am now a triple D. And my boobs are fucking huge. My nipples are swollen. Your nipples change colors. Like everything kind of gets darker. And yeah, and they itch really, really bad. So I try to keep them as hydrated as possible so I don't get any stretch marks on them. Also, your nipples get dry. Gross, I know, but they get dry and they get like kind of chapped. So I put like a thicker like salve on it. The salve that I have for after I get waxed, I just keep that on my nipples just so they don't itch with like rubbing against your clothes. And what have you, but that's about it. I mean, I don't know how they'll change as far as like when my milk comes in or anything like that. I don't know if having implants will make it harder for my milk to come in. But as of right now, I mean, nothing's really changed themselves other than the fact that they're just growing and they're huge. And I take back ever wanting bigger boobs, because I was like, I want to get my boobs done one more time and get them a little bit bigger. I lied. I take it back. I'd rather have small titties, to be honest with you. They don't fit in anything and they're just in the way. I just had enough. Have you grown hair in weird places? I wouldn't say any abnormal hair. I've always kind of had like a peach fuzz stomach, but it's definitely more prominent now that I'm pregnant. Obviously my stomach's a lot bigger. But you can see it, and like there's a little bit more hair on my stomach, I would say. My hair has changed in texture though. So on my legs, my leg hairs have always been blonde. And on my lower half of my legs, they changed to like dark within like probably my first to second trimester. But then I started using a body brush and exfoliating my skin because I self-tan myself because I can't go tanning anymore. And since I've been doing that, my hairs went back to blonde on my legs. So no, pregnancy's so weird, you guys. It's so weird. You just roll with the punches. I don't even know anymore. When did you start to feel pregnant? That's a really good question, because honestly, to be 110% honest, I probably really didn't start feeling pregnant until like I couldn't see my vagina anymore. Like honestly, like you always feel like off, but until that point where I could like look down and all I see is my stomach and I can't see my vagina, it's like you can't help but to feel pregnant because you're just bigger, you know what I mean? And you're looking down and it's your stomach's there. Also, like once I started feeling his movement, so it's like about around the same time, I'd say probably like around 24 weeks is when I really started feeling pregnant. As far as the fatigue of feeling pregnant and just like, fuck, I'm pregnant, this last few weeks, it's just like, girl, you're almost there, but you're pregnant as fuck. Like, I feel super pregnant now. But yeah, I definitely don't feel like weird about not feeling pregnant. The girl that had asked, she said she's at 17 weeks. I definitely didn't feel pregnant at that time. I mean, I think it was like hit and miss. Some days I would, some days I wouldn't. Even when you start feeling them, like, you know that they're there and you're feeling them kick and everything like that, but it's still surreal. Especially I feel like if it's your first child, which it is mine and probably the last. But yeah, so I'd say around like 23, 24 weeks is when I really started to feel pregnant. Biggest fear about being a mom? That's a good question. My biggest fear, I think, is safety. Even now being pregnant, I'm so cautious when I'm in the car. I'm very cautious when I'm out around people. I always feel like I need to protect myself. He probably thinks I'm crazy. I literally think of every scenario. Like, if someone was to break into the house, how am I going to protect myself and my family, my son? What am I gonna grab? What am I gonna do if someone breaks into this house? So I think the biggest thing for me is just safety and keeping him safe, and it scares me because there's only so much we can do, right? And you know, the world is a scary place. It really is. And when you don't have to worry about anyone else but yourself, it's just you, it's like you don't really think about all those things. But when it's your child, something you've created, someone that's been in your body for damn near a year, that you've grown, you know, all you want to do is keep them safe. So I think my biggest fear is just not being able to keep him safe. Ooh, it's gonna make me emotional. Don't cry, don't cry. I'm not a pretty crier. But yeah, the world is really scary and it definitely gives me anxiety. if like I wouldn't be able to keep him safe, you know what I mean? So, and I know probably every parent feels that way, but that's my biggest fear, is that I won't be able to keep him safe in one way or another. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be a very overprotective mom for a while. And I have no shame in that, because my top priority is his safety. So yeah. And the last question that I wrote down was, do we have sex in the 3rd trimester? The 3rd trimester just started, so I'll insert a clip of my man answering that question for you.
We start sex?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, we still be getting damn.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Do you still think I'm cute?
Sexy.
Like all my lumps, even my stomach?
Gorgeous.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
My house, yo lovely lady, check it out.
There you have it, folks. But yeah, so that was basically my video. Just a recap of my 2nd trimester. We're now in the 3rd trimester, and I'm definitely ready to get going, get through it, have our baby shower, our maternity shoot, and just ready for him to show up. I'm so excited just to be, I'm really actually excited, you guys, to be a mom, which is so weird. I never thought I wanted a kid ever, but I'm really excited. And I definitely think I was meant to be a boy mom. So I'm really excited just to see what he looks like, what his personality is like, and yeah, just put him in sports and all that stuff. So I'll do a quick bump date for you guys. Oh yeah, girl, we're pregnant. And I am now 28 weeks, and this is Friday, April 11th or 12th, I think. And on Monday I will be 29 weeks. So I'm getting there. We're getting there. So yeah, that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any ideas, I definitely need to be inspired. So if you have any ideas for videos that you want to see from me, please leave a comment or DM me on Instagram. My main account is Breeshealthybalance. If you follow me on my mom's account, it is Balancedmamabree. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you'd like to see, please leave a comment or a message. Thank you, and until next time, see you later.